Back to politics in the U.S. The Clinton campaign in trouble. Hillary Clinton adorning the front page of this morning's USA Today with a story detailing her dwindling support among political moderates and independents. Hillary now trailing Senator Bernie Sanders in both Iowa and New Hampshire. I want to bring in political strategist Susan Dale Percio and Go Big Media founder and CEO Phillip Stutts. Good to see you both. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Susan, do you believe that Hillary Clinton's campaign is in trouble?
Absolutely. I mean, they're trying to figure out, do they go left or far left? And they can't hit their stride either way because they don't know what's happening if Vice President Biden's going to enter the race. And on top of it, they have to keep dealing with their own self-inflicted wounds of Hillary Clinton's email. So it's a big problem for her.
Well, you know, we had Robert Wolf on yesterday, Philip, who obviously has been a great supporter of President Obama and has been a supporter of Hillary Clinton. But he told me something that I thought was interesting. He had a one-on-one meeting with Joe Biden the other day. Are the Dems getting nervous now that they need to get their support behind somebody else?
Yeah, there's sort of a draft Biden movement within the Democrat Party right now because they're so worried. Look, Hillary's dying a death by 1,000 cuts, and she's wielding the knife. And it's really dragging everybody down. Look, Bernie Sanders has a ceiling. He's only going to go so far. She's got that in a certain sense. It's a matter of whether Biden gets in and is the very credible alternative to her within the Democrat primary voters.
Well, and even if I was just going to say, and even if we don't see the vice president get in, it may open a window for someone else to even get in. They have until about mid-November if the moderates and the folks at the White House really see Hillary tanking, they may even consider putting someone else up because they are so concerned about her numbers.
Well, I mean, who would they put up, though, Susan?
They have. You could see even
Al Gore.
Now you could see Kerry run again. There could be other folks that they decide to put up because they don't want to have a socialist at the top of their ticket. And if Hillary Clinton keeps going down, they are going to try and find someone else.
Do the markets care? To the investors on the panel, do the markets care about this at this point?
They do because of I think the populist move that's out there. And I just, not as a political analyst, but I have to think it's going to be very hard for anybody extending the policies of the last 6 years that'll be 8 years to win. Forget the machinations between now and then. It's just history tells you we're going to swing between the middle, and I don't think anybody's really pounding the table saying we had a great 6 years.
Right. No, I agree. And I think this time the election matters, in particular for the financial sector. If you look at the regulatory backdrop, a Republican in the White House could dramatically ease that regulatory framework, whereas a Democrat, you might see more of the same. So I think there are a lot of swing factors this time around that are more important than they have been historically.
And not just in the financial sector. There's been not the formation of small businesses.
Right.
And that's been regulatory. And so the whole economy, and that's going to be very, very loud coming from the right, and it should be next year.
Isn't it interesting that here we are talking about a Federal Reserve that did not move yesterday, and monetary policy has been the only stimulus that this economy has seen, not fiscal policy, Joe?
Yeah, and that's something we really need to hear more from the candidates on in a very detailed way. How would they deal with a potential another recession or a financial crisis? Because that defined so much the early days of President Obama's administration. Another thing, though, we cannot forget. Secretary Clinton does best when she is the underdog. We saw that in the 2007-2008 campaign cycle where she lost in Iowa and she really had to get back on the trail and put forth what some have reported a more authentic side of herself. So
she has to actually go. Like, we're living in an age where you have to be public all the time, and she's hiding. And when she's an underdog, she can't hide. She has to get out. She has to be honest. She has to be personal. And when she does that, she actually is at her best.
Is that what she's doing now?
She's being forced to. I haven't seen it.